Tonight, as the race for gold heats up, the surprise invitation from North Korea to the south, while the U.S. maintains a hard line toward Kim Jong-un, and the father of a young American who died just days after North Korea released him speaks out in our exclusive interview. President Trump speaking up now for two White House aides accused of domestic abuse resigning in a cloud of controversy. A major drug company, the maker of OxyContin, announces a big pullback in the marketing of its opioid drugs, saying it will no longer promote them to doctors. And the American speed skating sensation making history as she races in pursuit of gold.
This is NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
Good evening. With competition underway here in Pyeongchang, there has been a major development of the Olympics diplomacy between North and South Korea. An offer to South Korea's president to travel to North Korea for a face-to-face meeting with Kim Jong-un. The invitation made by Kim's sister potentially complicates Washington's role as the U.S. works to further isolate North Korea over its nuclear program. NBC's Miguel Almaguer has details along with highlights of a big day here at the Olympics.
The race for gold, flying into high gear.
Great jump for Bickner.
Saturday, Vice President Mike Pence cheered on Team USA. Following the opening ceremony, where he was seated just feet from the North Korean delegation.
Korea.
After the two Koreas marched together, Kim Jong-un's sister extended a rare invitation to South Korea's President Moon to visit the North. Moon expressed his willingness to go under the right conditions. Pence's tough talk against the North overshadowed by the historic images of the two Koreas here competing as North Korean fans wave their flags.
The history begins.
At the unified Korean hockey game, Kim Yo-jong was in the stands. This North Korean athlete says, "It was the greatest honor for me." The team lost to Switzerland, but their unity, a golden moment.
He wins gold for
the host country topping the podium in the men's 1,500-meter short track. As for the Americans, slopestyle snowboarder Red Gerard is advancing to the finals. Two-time Olympian and reigning world slalom champion Mikaela Shiffrin is getting ready to race Sunday.
How much pressure do you feel to medal?
I don't feel pressure to medal. For me, the expectations come more from myself.
The frigid weather has long been a concern, but tonight it's the whipping winds causing problems. The men's downhill, a medal event, has been postponed. Lester, the weather just too dangerous for those athletes to compete.
All right, Miguel Almaguer. Miguel, thank you. And as North Korea tries to offer a new face to the world here in Pyeongchang, the father of an American who died after being imprisoned in North Korea has come here to offer a reality check. Fred Warmbier is a part of the official American Olympic delegation invited by Vice President Pence, and he sat down with me for an exclusive interview about what he wants the world to know about his son Otto and the regime he says took his life.
North Korea tries to paralyze people with fear.
Fred Warmbier says he didn't come to the Olympics to confront the North Korean delegation, but to stand as a counterpoint to the regime's abuses and to heal.
It's been inspiring to visit South Korea, to experience the spirit of the Olympics, and it's close to where, Otto's life was basically changed forever. And so that has meaning too. And when we heard North Korea was going to be here, we felt compelled to show up here at the Olympics.
Was it difficult to look and see the sister of Kim Jong-un waving and enjoying the moment?
No, she's in the Kim family. We have to put this in context. In the spirit of the Olympics, their athletes are not exchanging ideas with other athletes in the Olympic Village or really participating. So that's a political statement. And this is not political for me.
Otto was with a tour group when he was arrested in 2016, tried and sentenced to 15 years for stealing a propaganda poster. After 17 months in prison, he was released on what North Korean officials called humanitarian grounds. The college student arrived home in a vegetative state and died 6 days later. But the cause of his brain damage was never officially determined. His father believes it was torture.
What civilized country does this? I'm telling the truth about the regime's treatment of my son. But guess what? They do this to countless other people. This is standing up and being the voice of Otto.
It was less than 2 weeks ago Warmbier and his wife received a sustained applause at the State of the Union speech.
What was that moment like for you?
It was a whole range of emotions that night, the anger, the despair, but it ended with this feeling of love.
And he reminds the world that there are 3 other Americans currently held in North Korea. Warmbier thinking about them this week as he met with North Korean defectors.
Did you feel a connection with them?
I do, and it's sad, but I do. I paid a steep price for that connection, and it didn't have to happen this way. Kim did not have to treat Otto this way. But what this did is this is the true character of the Kim regime, their treatment of Otto.
Mr. Warmbier told me he was deeply touched when a North Korean defector who also attended the State of the Union address told him that he had recently visited Otto's grave in Ohio. Mr. Warmbier told me that to him, that is the true spirit of the North Korean people, despite their leader. Back in the U.S., a big retreat tonight by a drug company accused of helping to fuel the opioid crisis. Purdue Pharma, the maker of the world's top-selling painkiller OxyContin, says it is pulling back its sales efforts. We get the details from NBC's Kristen Dahlgren.
Today's announcement by Purdue Pharmaceuticals is a major shift in the battle against the opioid epidemic. The company says it's cutting its sales force in half and promising to no longer promote its opioid drugs with visits to doctors' offices.
We have to prevent more people from becoming opioid addicted. That requires much more cautious prescribing.
OxyContin was once hailed as a breakthrough for chronic pain. But many recovering addicts like Heath Johnson now say painkillers are a pathway to addiction.
I mean, with one thing, the overprescribing of opioids, I mean, has to stop.
The announcement comes as the company faces a rash of lawsuits, many of which claim its sales practices are partially responsible for sparking the current opioid epidemic. Kristen Dahlgren, NBC News, New York.
There is new tension in the Middle East tonight after Israel launched an attack on an Iranian military facility inside Syria. In response, an Israeli jet came under fire, forcing its pilots to bail out. We get the latest from NBC's Lucy Kafanov.
The burning wreckage of an Israeli F-16, just moments after crashing while under anti-aircraft fire. Israel says the plane was returning Saturday morning from a raid inside Syria. Both pilots managed to eject and land in Israel. They were taken to a military hospital, one said to be seriously wounded. Their target, an Iranian military facility, which Israel says launched a drone into the Israeli-held Golan Heights.
This morning, Iran brazenly violated Israel's sovereignty. They dispatched an Iranian drone from Syrian territory into Israel.
Israel shot down the drone. Later, after the jet crashed, Israel launched strikes on a dozen targets in Syria. Syria says the drone was engaged in anti-ISIS operations inside its own borders. Iran called the accusation, quote, ridiculous. Today isn't the first time Israel launched strikes in Syria, but it could represent a dramatic new escalation in the region. Lucy Kafanov, NBC News.
President Trump had more sympathetic words today, this time on Twitter, for 2 White House aides who resigned this week after allegations of domestic abuse. NBC's Kelly O'Donnell has that story for us.
After 2 White House employees were forced out this week over allegations of domestic abuse they each deny, today President Trump took sides, advocating for the accused, but not the accuser. People's lives are being shattered and destroyed by a mere allegation. There is no recovery for someone falsely accused. Senior aide Rob Porter and speechwriter David Sorensen both resigned after media reports exposed allegations of physical and emotional abuse made by their former wives during FBI background checks. Today, President Trump did concede broadly that some allegations are true, but Friday he emphasized support for Porter.
Says he's innocent, and I think you have to remember that. He said very strongly yesterday that he's innocent.
Today, Democratic Senator Patty Murray drew her own line to the Me Too movement, saying she would back women, trusting them even if the president won't. handling of the West Wing crisis put Chief of Staff John Kelly's management under scrutiny. Administration sources tell NBC News the president has been critical of Kelly's leadership. But former Chief of Staff Reince Priebus said the president did not undercut Kelly when he spoke to him.
No, the president's never complained to me about General Kelly. And on top of it, I would never, number one, he didn't do that. But number two, I would never bring up such a subject.
And Lester, President Trump sparked more fire from Democrats. He decided not to declassify their Russia investigation memo, sending it back to the Intelligence Committee. But last week, the president did declassify a Republican memo over FBI objections. Republicans claim high-level Justice Department officials showed partisan bias when they asked the FISA court to authorize surveillance on a Trump campaign aide. Democrats say that's not true.
We welcome any changes to the Democratic memo that are free from political edits. But right now, we know this president will take any step necessary to obstruct this investigation.
And today, the president suggested Democrats intentionally included sensitive information in order to blame him for not making their memo public. Lester?
Kelly O'Donnell at the White House tonight. Thank you. There is a manhunt going on tonight in Las Vegas for a possible serial killer who shot 4 men in recent days, killing 2 of them. It appears he may be targeting members of that city's homeless population. NBC's Matt Bradley is there and has this report.
A savage murder caught on camera. James Lewis, a homeless man, shot execution style.
What did my dad do to you to deserve to die like that?
Anita lost touch with her father, a Vietnam veteran, nearly 2 decades ago.
That just hurts. It hurts that whoever's doing this has no regard for anybody's life.
Her father, the 4th victim in a 5-day rampage.
This man is armed and dangerous, and he is targeting our homeless.
The first shooting was just after midnight on January 29th at a grocery store. Hours later, 2 more shootings, 1 fatal, in downtown Las Vegas. 4 days after that, Anita Baker's father was killed nearby.
Right now, we believe this person to be a spree killer. In essence, he's committing these crimes without any emotional cooling off period in between that you would normally see with a serial killer.
Las Vegas has one of the largest homeless populations in the country.
Encampments like this one just blocks from the Vegas Strip, where many are now living in fear.
Tammy LaPointe says she and others at this camp are standing guard.
We take turns. We're all rotating. And we get tired and cranky. We're still frightened.
Anita worries that homeless victims like her father will be forgotten.
The homeless, they're just like us, but just they don't have nothing.
A community with very little, living in fear. Matt Bradley, NBC News, Las Vegas.
And in Ohio today, 2 police officers were shot to death while responding to a 911 call. It happened in Westerville, Ohio, a suburb of Columbus. Officials said the officers were shot after entering a residence to deal with what was described as a potential domestic situation. They say a suspect is in custody. Tributes are being paid tonight to an actor who was a familiar face on many top TV dramas. Reg E. Cathey won an Emmy for his role on House of Cards on Netflix, playing the owner of a barbecue shack frequented by the future president. Cathey also played a professional political operative on The Wire on HBO. He had a recurring role in the prison drama Oz, also on HBO, and made many appearances on Law and Order on NBC. Reggie Cathey was 59 years old. Still ahead tonight, how man's best friend is helping humans conquer cancer. The fascinating similarities between us and them.
If you wear a denture, you not only want a clean feeling every day, you want your denture to be stain-free. Did you know there's a specialty cleanser that's gentle enough for everyday use and cleans better than regular toothpaste? Try Polident Cleanser. It has a 4-in-1 cleaning system that kills 10 times more odor-causing bacteria than regular toothpaste, deep cleans where brushing may miss, helps remove tough stains, and maintains the original color of your dentures when used daily. For a cleaner, fresher, brighter denture, use Polident every day.
We're wired with 100 billion nerve cells, so when aggravated nerves cause pain, use New Salonpas Lidocaine Plus. One anesthetic numbs nerves fast, while maximum strength lidocaine calms them for hours. New Salonpas Lidocaine Plus. Also try our lidocaine patch.
Nick was born to move. 3 toddlers won't stop him, and neither will lower back pain. Because at a Dr. Scholl's kiosk, he got a